Well, it is 6:18 and time now for What's Trending. A sharp-eyed TSA officer in Boston stopped a passenger from bringing a sword aboard a plane on Wednesday. The man was apparently completely unaware that the walking cane he was using had a long blade hidden inside. After TSA officers confiscated the concealed sharp-edged weapon, the passenger was allowed to travel on his way. And this is a reminder that if the passenger had put the cane in his checked luggage, it would have been okay. Any sharp objects in checked bags should be enclosed to prevent injury to baggage handlers and inspectors. And no word on if they provided the man with another walking cane. You know, that's very interesting.
I would hope they did.
I hope
because,
they did.
I mean, because obviously you need to be able to walk, but that's crazy. I can see how they pulled it out, though, and you wouldn't even think anything of it. Just think it'd be just a cane, though, and then come out as a sword. I mean, why is there? I just have so many questions right now.
Just like
why does this exist?
A hidden weapon.
Why does this exist?
Like these are, I've heard about like old time, I guess, war gadgets that they all had like hidden compartments inside just to act normal, but when the time comes, they can use it just like that. So it's kind of interesting. I never would have expected like a sword inside a cane. That's a new one for me.
Yeah, it is a new one for me too.
Granted, I don't really read or get out a whole lot, so there may be some people out there that may know more about this than me. And
I'd be interested if you do have one of these types of canes. I mean, shoot us an email. I'd be interested, or even a phone call. We'd be interested in hearing about that because I mean, this is the first I've ever heard of a cane like that too. That then turns into a sword, which would be, I guess, good for defending yourself. But
Pawn Stars on the History Channel. I don't know if you've seen that or not. But like, there's been a few interesting weapons that they've shown on it too. So I feel like this would be another one of those kinds of things that would be on it.
Yeah, possibly, for sure. And you know, the other thing that's also going to be interesting here is what's going to be our next story, right? Because civilians going into outer space. How cool is that? So, kind of keeping a cool theme going here. 4 civilians are scheduled for an out-of-this-world trip when they launch to the International Space Station Friday, so today. So they are taking part in the inaugural mission of the commercial space flight company Axiom Space. A SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket is expected to launch from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The team, consisting of 3 paying passengers and a former NASA astronaut, will dock at the station via a SpaceX Dragon capsule, and they will be in space for 10 days, assisting with more than 24 scientific experiments. And Axiom Space wants to build the first commercial space station. Liftoff is scheduled at 11:17 Eastern Time, so 10:17 a.m. Central Time. And how cool is that? You're a civilian and you get to go into outer space. I'm sure it costs many millions of dollars to lift off. That's usually how it works, right? It's like, oh, just the affordable price of $5 million or something like that, which is beyond my league.
Oh, for sure. And it would be really cool to go to space. I've always wanted to, though. I don't think I can handle the liftoff because I do get motion sickness, but I would love to experience weightlessness. I think that'd be one of the coolest things.
That would be really cool to be able to experience weightlessness. And obviously, I know for me personally, I don't know if they would even allow this in outer space. Dramamine, I know I've used that for airplane rides.
Doubt it.
And yeah, probably not. They may have their own stuff, but that's helped me out for plane rides. My first plane ride, I was like, ooh, but thankfully I had taken some ahead of time, and that helped to kind of keep the motion sickness at bay.
Yeah, I flew once when I was like a year old, and I flew a couple times in the last couple of years. So I did okay with that. The liftoff is a little rough, or actually the landing. That's what I have issues with motion sickness.
Whenever the altitude changes, it gets goofy. But if you're at the same altitude, just moving along, it almost feels like you're on the interstate without the interstate.
For sure, and they were mostly smooth flights, so I was happy that I didn't have to get too motion sickness with that. Good. So, but to our next story, more of a hero story. A 10-year-old boy in Mississippi is being credited with saving his family during a fire. The Lafayette County Fire Department says that 10-year-old Bailey Doyle remained calm, cool, collected, and acted appropriately. He saw smoke early Tuesday morning and woke the family up and escorted them out before the smoke detectors could wake the rest of the family up. Bailey credits the firefighters coming to his school and teaching the students on how to act in that situation. Bailey says that he doesn't understand all the praise that he is getting. He is just glad to get everyone out of the house. And wow, what a cool, man, what a great kid that is. He just learned just from watching others and just to remain calm in the situation. He's not getting like overly ego about it because he doesn't fully understand. He just sees it as the right thing to do.
It is the right thing.
I give him a lot of credit to do that.
I mean, he saved lives too with this. I mean, even then the smoke detectors were working. He beat the smoke detectors, and that's, I mean, those precious moments count. When those smoke detectors sound, when you see a fire, that's when you need to act accordingly, and obviously remain calm too. You go through these emergency drills, and obviously you won't even think about it, but when you're like, when you're it's a real thing, you guys
totally different when you're in the actually going through the motions for real life situations.
Yeah, so it's always important to stay safe. But